Gotta really
I've
be.
met so many cool people, and just all their knowledge, it makes your head spin a little bit. But yeah, like Mr. Buckus, like how he played the game, it's just unbelievable. And then meeting some of his family members, and then also hearing the stories just from his time playing, but then also in the organization and all the great linebackers in Chicago who have come after him. And man, they got a pretty cool tradition there with that. And then meet Luke, and I've met quite a few other guys, like current guys too, and just hearing like how just different it is. Like each team's just so different in what they run, and each coordinator likes what they like. So I'm just excited to see what I'll do it. So.
They all seem to respect your game. How does that make you feel when you see the GOAT and you see modern GOAT?
Yeah.
Think that way.
I would say, just again a mutual respect there. Obviously, again, like I'm respecting them way more than they respect me. But right now, I'm just trying to improve every single day and continue to just learn and put my best foot forward. But like when they say they respect my game, like honestly, like in my head, like it just gives me more motivation and more stuff to just make myself find different ways to get better. Honestly, there's no time to take your foot off the gas when people tell you all this stuff, and just taking that approach that I feel like I've always taken.
Well, your resume speaks for itself and what you did here at Iowa. Your combine, of course, panned out pretty well, pretty numbers wise. Are you making a case to them on why you should be the first linebacker picked, or you just letting everything kind of sit for itself?
No, first and foremost, obviously that'd be a goal. When I come in to Iowa, I want to be the best linebacker in the nation, and I did receive that award. But in the draft, we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm planning on. But at the same time, each guy has their respective opinion about me, and if I go with the first overall pick, or what is it, the 287th? Okay, whatever. Or if I'm Mr. Irrelevant, or if I'm undrafted, I'm going to take the same approach. So I'm going to step in the building, ready to go, ready to learn, ready to build relationships with my new teammates, and get a winning culture wherever I go. So the most important thing for me is winning games. So.
Mr. Irrelevant worked out pretty well last year for the
He did, for sure. I ain't going to talk about him right now. Not in this book.
Have you found that when scouts know you're from Iowa, they expect a certain type of player?
Yeah, no, I feel like Iowa's put a lot of guys in the league, and you kind of what you see is what you're gonna get. I feel like there's not many surprises, but again, for me, it's just more motivation to go out there and continue to carry that Tiger Hawk and the legacy. It doesn't stop as soon as I leave this building, and that's something that I'm going to continue to do for sure. But a lot of scouts and guys tell me that when they draft an Iowa guy, they know what they're going to get, and they're going to get a true professional. So.
Yeah, I've had some tell me that it's basically like drafting a second-year guy.
Exactly.
You don't have to go through the training,
for sure,
mental training, that sort of thing. So,
yeah.
Are you kind of glad this is over? Now it's kind of more, even though I'm sure you're antsy, but there's 6 more weeks. Right?
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm glad that I'm done with everything. I mean, I feel like I put my best foot forward again, but. It's not going to stop right now. I'm going to have a lot more meetings and stuff, so I'm excited to continue to meet with them. Excited to do what I got to do to continue to just put my best foot forward in this whole process. So, and then on April 27th, 28th, or 29th, whenever I am selected by an organization, I get ready to roll. So.
Jack, you connect with guys who played at this program. Just have you asked them about what the process was going to be like? Any advice they had for you, maybe?
Yeah, I guess I'd say I've talked to. For me, Christian Welch has always been the guy. For me as a young guy coming in, he kind of took me under his wing. So just coming in, he works out here right now. So being the lift with him and just be who we are off the field, and just build a connection within that, and learn about all these things he would do differently, or things that he has done that have helped him a lot. So I mean, it's been awesome. But I mean, all these guys come back and they all do a great job of just sharing their knowledge with me, and it's been awesome. So.
I'm always curious. Do you read some of the evaluations that people write about you online or any of that stuff?
I don't really read much. I can already assume what they're going to be. I'd assume probably like a solid tackler, really unathletic, and that's probably the most generic thing I can give you, but I would assume it's going to be that.
I mean, does that bother you at all to like hear some criticisms of you?
Nah, people can say all they want about me. I mean, deep down inside, like, it's just I've always had it, so it doesn't bother me at all.
I mean, because
I'm used to it.
I mean, you seem like a guy that like just kind of enjoys having a chip on his shoulder and enjoys playing that way. Is that?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna always have a chip on my shoulder. It's just how I was raised, so nothing's gonna change. Yeah, thank you.
What have you learned about yourself during this process?
Man, that's a great question. I feel like I've learned. Shit. I've learned that I'm gonna have to pay taxes. I mean, I've learned like I'm a grown up now. Like, not that I wasn't at Iowa, but I've learned like now like everything I do is gonna be even more in the public eye, or like anything that I thought that I did at Iowa. Like everything, the expectations go up, standards go up, and I feel like what I've learned most about myself would just be to just stick to what I know and be me in every situation. Don't change myself if I'm talking to a head coach from an NFL team versus if I'm talking to a janitor who takes the trash out of this facility. Be the same person. And I feel like I've done a great job of that, and I'm going to continue to do a great job of that. But I feel like, honestly, through this whole process, I've learned, like, just be you, man, because there's a lot of people out there who kind of try to fake it, and I just want a team to know who they're going to get based off of all the interactions they have with me. And I feel like I've done that up to this point. So,
anything that's really surprised you throughout this whole pre-draft process?
No, nothing bad, man. Honestly, it's been awesome. Meeting with teams and getting to go out and work out for them has been awesome. So, yeah.
Any kind of strange questions you've gotten from NFL teams?
Not too bad. A lot of people just want to know how you grew up, background, siblings, where you're from, how many sports you played in high school, just stuff like that. Why'd you come to Iowa?
Have any other teams asked you about Seth?
Oh yeah, no, a lot of teams ask about Seth, and I give the same answer to every single one of them. He's one of the best teammates I've ever played with, and I'll say that publicly for sure. And one of the most underrated Hawkeyes ever put on the uniform for sure, because I feel like at times, unfortunately, people thought I was like pretty decent, but like I just think like Seth was above and beyond anything that I was, and I just always viewed him as a leader and someone I was trying to model my game after, honestly. And that's the answer I give to every single one of those teams asking about Seth Benson. Once he steps a foot in the building, he's going to surprise people, and there's no doubt about it. So.
Do you still try to model your game after him and take stuff that he?
Yeah, I mean, I were you here earlier when I said you got to just learn from everybody?
I was.
So yeah, I mean, from Seth, I just try to take some things that has helped him be successful in his life and then try to apply them to mine. Like at the end of the day, I'm trying to be Jack Campbell and model my game after myself. But at the same time, like if I'm not learning from Seth Benson, I'm not learning from Jay Higgins, I'm not learning from Kyler Fisher, I'm not learning from Josie Jewell, I'm not going back and watching Abdul Hodge and Chad Greenway, and I'm not watching Kirksey, I'm not watching Hitchens, like then what? I'm just wasting time. Like just picking up on guys who have been great at the position and have done it at a high level and are going places and have been places that I want to go, like that's like the most important thing to me. And again, like Seth, one of my best friends, and a great teammate, and there ain't much more I can say about him. So, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen the combine before this year many times on TV. What was it like when you're actually there in the convention center and stadium?
It was a surreal moment. Like growing up, I was a UNI Panther fan, so like I remember watching David Johnson do the combine, and just that young kid's dream of mine, like 12, 13-year-old at a basketball tournament watching the combine. I never thought in a million years that I would be there, and having that opportunity, I truly am grateful for that. So it was awesome.
Was there a point in the week where you realized, wow, I'm really doing this?
No, honestly, I think it kind of hit me after I was done, like just flying back here, like just reflecting on it. So I think it hit me there. So.
I've heard that they really pack a lot into the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're trying to see who can handle stuff and who can, and I feel like they try to make things hard on you and see how you respond. So I feel like that's been awesome, and I feel like I handled that week pretty dang good. So.